The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely. Gunsmoke.
This is classic radio theater.
James Stewart as the six-shooter. Have gun. Will travel.
Fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
John Dehner stars as Paladin in an episode of Have Gun Will Travel. This episode originally broadcast July 17th, 1960. The episode entitled Little Guns.
Gentlemen, I thought I could talk to you in a quiet, civilized way, but it looks like that is out of the question. Have gun, will travel. Starring Mr. John Dehner as Paladin. San Francisco, 1875. The Carlton Hotel, headquarters of the man called Paladin.
Oh, Mr. Paladin. Oh, Mr. Paladin.
Hey, boy, if you don't mind, I'm taking a bath.
Oh, yes, Mr. Paladin. Hey, boy, remember this fact, so he just where to deliver important-looking telegram for you. You see?
Yes, I see. And to you, every telegram is important.
Yes, sir.
But it could have waited until after my bath, hey, boy.
Oh, hey, boy, not like to cause slowdown in great system of communication.
All right, hey, boy, bath or no bath, I guess we can't disrupt the nation's flow of information. Would you read it, please?
Oh, yes, sir. Paladin, Carlton Hotel. Need help at your price to stop range war. A $500 deposit with telegram. Advice. James Ellis, Mayor, Preston, Arizona.
James Ellis, Mayor.
Yes, sir. You know him?
If it's the Jim Ellis I'm thinking of, I certainly do. He was the slickest gambler and confidence man east or west of the Mississippi River.
You going to help him?
Well, $500 deposit, huh?
Telegram man say you can pick it up at the office.
I can't see Jim Ellis as mayor of anything except perhaps a penitentiary. But I guess it must be true.
Yeah, Mr. Paladin want hey boy to pack for him or get ticket for stagecoach?
Yes, hey boy. You do that. Right now I'm going to enjoy this bath. It may be the last one I'll have for quite a while.
In the air, on the sea, on the highway, the man in command must be awake and alert. And No-Dose Stay Awake tablets help you stay in command when you slide behind the wheel of your car and move more than a ton of automobile into highway traffic. You see, monotonous driving can make you drowsy no matter how much sleep you get. And driving and dozing just don't mix. But millions of times a year, safe No-Dose helps keep drivers awake and alert. How does No-Dose do it? Ask your doctor. He'll tell you that No-Dose contains a safe and accurate amount of caffeine, the same refreshing stimulant you get in your coffee or tea. But safe No-Dose acts faster, is handier, and more reliable. Best of all, it is not habit-forming. Yes, No-Dose is so safe, it is legally sold on a national basis without a prescription. Get No-Dose Stay Awake tablets today. It could save your life.
The stagecoach ride to Preston left something to be desired, namely some other means of transportation. We rode through mile after mile of magnificent cattle country, large ranches and small. Preston was the center of this cow kingdom, a booming, growing, prosperous community. As I got off the stagecoach, any doubts I may have had that Mayor James Ellis might not be the Jim Ellis I knew were soon dispelled.
Paladin! Paladin, you old renegade, am I glad to see you?
I don't believe it.
Well, I am. Sent for you, didn't I? Got your telegram saying you was coming, too.
That's right, Jim. I just meant that I don't believe that you're the duly elected mayor of this fine little town. People must not know you as well as I do.
Good old Paladin, always joking. Well, what they don't know won't hurt them, Paladin. Now, don't you give me away. Hey, come on down to my office in the hotel lobby, Paladin. We'll renew our old friendship.
You mean your office is the hotel lobby?
Why, sure, ain't everyone's? Oh, afternoon, Mr. Cartwright. Come on, Paladin. I got a big job for you to do. I'm in real trouble.
Yes, yeah. You mentioned a range war in your telegram.
Well, that's what it is. Oh, howdy there, Fred. And you got to stop it. This is the first honest job I've ever had, Paladin, and I got to keep it.
Honest? It's political, isn't it?
Well, honest up to a point, maybe, but it's respectable.
Well, what does a range war have to do with your job?
Well, Paladin, if it gets started and drags out, it could ruin this whole valley, set the town back 5 years.
Ah, no town, no mayor.
That's it. And I got investments that'd go right out the window with the job.
That figures.
Oh, howdy, Ben. Well, here we are. Hotel. Yeah, come in. There we are. Sit down, Paladin.
All right. Now, who is involved in the so-called range war, Jim?
Well, sir, there's two of them ready to fight. Name's Marsh Jordan and Jack Sanders.
What's the argument?
Water rights. And what a mess. Ought to be settled by lawyers and judges, but Marsh and Jack just won't see it that way. They aim to do it with guns.
I know the type. Self-made, rugged individualists.
You hit it.
Well, who are these men?
Just the biggest ranchers in Preston Valley, and there's nobody to stop them.
Not even the law?
Oh, ain't been able to keep a sheriff for the last 6 months. Oh, folks could see this coming. There's no use trying to fight the two of them with a few deputies, that's for sure.
So you hired just me to do the job, huh?
Well, Paladin, I got all the confidence in the world in you. This grand little community needs your help in growing up to be a grand and glorious metropolis in this fair land of ours. These people...
Jim, save the speech for your voters. I'm just the hired help.
Well, that's what I'd hoped you'd say, Paladin. I knew you'd help me. I mean, us, the fine folks of Preston. Come here. Take a look out this window.
All right.
You see that saloon over there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this minute, Jack Sanders and some of his men is having a drink. Now, you ought to go and have a talk with him and... Oh, no.
Now what?
You see that big fella on the walk, the one leading them cowpokes?
I see him.
That's Marsh Jordan. A great day. He's going to go into the saloon. Yeah, there'll be trouble for sure. You got to stop him, Paladin.
Just like that.
Well, that's what I hired you for, isn't it? Come on.
I've heard just about enough of your talk.
There, Paladin. I told you they'd be at it.
Jack, I'm in control of the river right now. And you nor nobody else from the Sanders outfit's going to get it away from me.
Now, Marsh, Jack. Now, men, let's not be hasty.
You keep out of this, Ellis.
As mayor of Preston,
Mayor of Preston, you got nothing to say about anything between me and Jack Sanders. And you keep your mouth shut, Mayor. I'll have my foreman throw you out of here. That goes for your friend, too. Now, what was you saying, Sanders?
It's time for a showdown, Marsh. You and me will settle this right here and now.
I am willing, Jack.
Marsh, Jack, now wait.
Jim, you stay out of our way.
Paladin, stop him.
You tell me how, Jim. I'll stop him.
Now, Jack, if one of us gets killed here, it ain't going to stop our outfits from fighting it out to a finish.
I know that, Marsh. I'm just sick of seeing your face around.
Paladin, do something.
All right, then, if you want it this way, you just draw.
Gentlemen, just a moment.
Ellis, I told you and your friend to keep out of this.
Now, who do you think you are, mister?
Gentlemen, my name is Paladin. And I think that you're both cowards.
Now, maybe I didn't hear you right, mister. You wouldn't care to say that again.
Not particularly. But if you give me a chance to make my point, I think I could show you it's true.
Seemed like I gave you and the mayor a chance to leave. I guess my foreman let to throw you out after all. Hank, put your drink down and take care of him.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Now, I thought I could talk to you gentlemen in a quiet, civilized sort of way, but it looks like that's out of the question.
Now, Paladin, don't go too far.
There's no going halfway in this job, Jim. Either you hired me to do it or you didn't.
What do you mean, hired you?
The mayor sent for me to try to stop a range war. That's what I intend to do.
By what right?
By the right of any man to keep you from destroying this town.
We can take care of our own troubles.
Can you? Like Marsh Jordan said, one of you would probably be killed in a shootout. And that'd mean his family and his outfit would have to finish the fight.
Well, you got any better ideas on settling our differences?
I was getting to that. What makes either of you any better than any other citizen? What's wrong with leaving your dispute to the law to settle?
Well, you're new here, mister, but you just asked anybody who's got the biggest ranch, who's been here the longest. They'll tell you I have. Marsh Jordan.
Now, that ain't quite right, Marsh. The Sanders came to Preston Valley same time as your family. We got 4,000 head of cattle.
We run 5.
But you ain't got a string of 3,000 horses breeding or 40,000 acres of land.
I got 35,000 acres and 50 men riding for me.
And I got near as many.
And my men are better than yours any day.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I'm willing.
Gentlemen, I am sure that you're both very important ranchers in the valley. But there are a lot of others involved. And that includes all the people of Preston.
Any time they can come close to what we got, they can settle things their way if they want. Right now, this between Jack Sanders and me, and you and all the rest can just stay out of it.
Well, Marsh ain't often right, but this time he is. Now, you put that gun away and take the next stage out of Preston. And stay out.
You heard him, mister.
Yes, I heard him. I realize, gentlemen, that my gun is only a temporary advantage. But in the meantime, I'll make a little deal with you. Let's call it a bet.
You just get.
Hold up, Jack. I've never been one to turn down a bet. A fair one.
It's more than a fair one, I'd say. In fact, neither one of you could lose.
Well, what's your bet, Pelican?
You give me 24 hours. Till tomorrow afternoon at 4.
Uh-huh.
If I don't have this settled by then, I'll pay you each $500. If I do, you both pay me the same.
What?
Now, how about it?
I hate to take your money, mister, but you got yourself a bet.
What do you say, Sanders?
Well, I don't know.
Let's give him a ride, Jack. We've been fighting this thing for years. Another 24 hours isn't going to matter much.
Well, I ain't got 500 on me, but I'll get it at the bank.
The mayor will hold the stakes. Here's my wallet, Jim.
Oh, yes.
There's a little more than 1,000.
I have the money on me. Here's my anti-mayor.
Now, if you don't mind, gentlemen, I'm leaving.
Well, keep your gun handy, Mr. Paladin. 24 hours, you'll need it.
Come on, Jim.
Don't you get too far away with all that money, Mr. Mayor.
Great day. Am I glad to be out of there.
I know what you mean, Jim.
I knew you'd come through, Paladin. Oh, you handled that real good in there. Now, what's your plan now that you've got 24 hours?
Well, I'm not sure it'll work, but I know what I'm going to try to do.
What?
I'll let you know in 24 hours, Jim. Right now, I want to borrow a horse.
From July 17th, 1960, Have Gun Will Travel on Classic Radio Theater.
Nothing is more important than protecting your family and property. That's why you should make a free call right now to Vivint, the #1 smart home services provider in the U.S. Vivint will make your home safer and more secure with a state-of-the-art system that's so simple to use. Vivint smart home specialists provide award-winning monitoring of your system 24/7, 365 to respond to any emergency, even when you can't. And with the 4.5-star rated Vivint smart home mobile app, control your entire house from anywhere. Locks, cameras, security system, all at your fingertips on your mobile device. Call Vivint now and get a free quote, professional installation, and full smart home service for as little as $2 per day. Equipment purchase or service agreement required. Conditions apply. Call now. A smart home is a safer home, so protect your family and your property, home or business, with a Vivint smart home system.
Call 800-619-7902. That's 800-619-7902. Call now, 800-619-7902.
I used to wonder when I saw people going into nice hotels, really nice hotels, taking a pillow with them. That was before I got a My Pillow, because I know it doesn't matter where I'm going. Whether I'm going to a 1-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, My Pillow goes with me. whether it's just overnight or whether it's on vacation. And here's the great deal about MyPillow right now. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And it's still the same pillow. Great pillow, 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. And call them, 1-800-951-8175, or go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, click on the 2-pack special, and get the best deal you've ever gotten on a good night's sleep when you get a MyPillow.
Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $15,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. National Debt Relief has helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-274-9490. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-274-9490. That's 800-274-9490. 800-274-9490.
Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station, July 17th, 1960. Have Gun Will Travel.
You're spilling your drink, Mayor.
Huh? Yeah. I guess I didn't sleep much last night.
Well, I can't say as I blame you, what with your friend Paladin hightailing it out of town the way he did.
Now, I don't worry about Paladin. He'll be back. You can count on that. Yes, sir. He'll be back, sure shooting. He said he would.
Yeah. Well, we'll know for sure in about 6 hours. I've been to the bank. Here's my $500. You'll be handing it back double by 4 o'clock, but I might as well make it legal, like.
Yeah, sure, Jack, sure.
You look kind of green, Mayor. Here, have another drink. You could use it.
You sure you won't have a little steak, Mr. Mayor?
No, thanks, Marsh. This coffee will do fine.
Oh, you city folk don't eat enough to keep a skinny coyote alive.
Marsh, why not send your riders back to the ranch?
Well, that wouldn't be very smart, Mr. Mayor, with a whole Sanders outfit in town.
But there's sure to be trouble.
Pass salt, will you?
Sure.
Hey. There was going to be trouble before your friend Paladin stuck his nose into our business, and there's still going to be trouble. The only way to settle it.
But, Marsh, the folks in town.
Everybody took to cover already, Mayor. Stores is closed, wind is boarded up. Nothing can stop it now.
But you got to wait till 4. You both promised you would.
Oh, we'll do that. Jack and me got it all figured. He's got the east end of town. Me and my boys has the west. Come 4 o'clock, we meet you in front of the hotel and collect our betting money.
What then, Marsh?
Then? Well, sir, you don't find yourself a nice solid hiding place. You're going to be as full of holes as this here town of yours. Well, what time you make it, Jack?
I just looked. 5 to 4.
You sure your watch ain't fast?
Ain't never been fast before. Ain't now, Mr. Mayor.
How about another 24 hours, till we hear from Paladin?
Nope.
12?
Not a chance. Our men are at either end of town. They're itching for a fight. They're going to get it.
You ain't going to be seeing that Paladin feller, Mayor. He left his 1,000 so he could get out of town in one piece.
24 hours gave him a pretty good start. You might as well start paying off, Mayor.
But I got 2 minutes.
Now.
Who's coming? Why, that looks like Paladin. Yeah, it is Paladin. He did come back.
He got less sense than I thought he had.
What's he waving at us? Some kind of papers?
Hello, Jim. Gentlemen, I'm glad you waited for me.
Well, you got here just in time to see us get your money.
Let's not be hasty. I've got something to say.
Well, it better be real powerful, Paladin.
Just might be, Jim. Mr. Jordan, Mr. Sanders, I represent a client who says that you have no right to endanger lives and the future of Preston Valley by starting a range war to settle your differences.
What makes this client of yours think he's got any right to say something that local?
Well, let me see. This client of mine has nearly 15,000 head of cattle.
What's that?
Which I believe is more than your two ranches combined. My client has over 500 head of horses, counting working and breeding.
What are you pulling, Paladin? There ain't no such
My
ranch.
client works about 100,000 acres of land, which is more than both of you have, and he's got nearly 150 men.
I don't believe it.
If you take a look around the edge of town, you'll see these men are just waiting for you two to start something. They're well armed and ready to fight for their rights.
Paladin, what outfit are you talking about?
There's not one outfit, Jordan. You see these legal papers here? These are the articles of incorporation for the Preston Valley Stockmen's Association.
The what?
Those men out there are the smaller ranches in this valley, with all their men. Now, you add up their holdings, and you'll find that neither of you gentlemen can come close to them.
Well, they can't do this to us.
Hold on, Jack. I don't know. With that many men out there, might be they could. What do you want, Paladin?
They want you to join the Stockmen's Association. It's been formed to protect and aid all ranchers. Any disputes will be settled fairly and squarely by everyone who belongs. They figure this valley is big enough for the little men and the big ones.
Well, so that's where you've been, riding all over the valley to organize them.
Each man that signed helped sign up others, and every one of them, to a man, hopes that you two will join up also. They even think that one of you would make a good first president of the association.
Even old John Nichols? And Pete Culver?
You can see for yourself. They all signed.
Yeah, let me see that.
Yeah.
I came here to do a job. Now, I'm not interested in taking your money. If you sign up, I'll donate my winnings to get the association treasury off to a good start.
You will, Paladin?
That's right, Jim. But I still get my fee, right?
Oh, sure. Anything you ask.
Well, gentlemen, it's after 4.
What do you think, Jack?
Well, what about the president? I might take the job.
What do you mean, you?
And you'll both sign?
Well, I'll sign.
All right. I'll go along.
Good. You won't regret it. Jim, can you call a meeting?
Can I call a meeting? Oh, Paladin is mayor of this fair city of Preston. I'll call as many meetings as you want whenever you want them. And may I say now...
No, you may not. You call off your men, Marsh. Yours, Jack. The association will call off theirs.
All right.
Yeah, what about the job of president?
Yeah, what about that job?
Well, gentlemen, that's something you'll have to settle with ballots, not bullets.
From July 17th, 1960, Have Gun Will Travel on Classic Radio Theater. We'll have the conclusion coming up in 4 minutes right here on Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. You know, for a while I worked in a hotel and I really used to go, why do people bring their own pillows with them? Well, once I got a My Pillow, I understood. Because doesn't matter how good the hotel is, doesn't matter whether it's a 2-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, it doesn't matter how nice the hotel is if you don't get a good night's sleep. And the key to getting a good night's sleep is a My Pillow. Now, the best deal ever offered on My Pillow right now. You go to mypillow.com, enter our promo code USA, click the 2-pack special, and folks, you're going to get 2 My Pillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's $34.99 per pillow, the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. Now, it's the same MyPillow we've been talking about for months. It stays cool all night long. You don't wake up and flip the pillow over in the middle of the night. It keeps its shape. You don't have to fluff it up in the middle of the night. 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty, and that's the deal. Try it for 60 days. You don't like it, send it back. 10-year warranty. Tell me another pillow you've got that's got a 10-year warranty. No. And the great thing is it's always as clean and fresh as new. If you get in a mess or after, a couple of weeks, throw it in the washing machine, toss it in the dryer, fluff it up, and you got a brand new MyPillow. The lowest price ever offered on MyPillow. 2 MyPillow premium pillows, $69.98, $34.99 a pillow. You see if you can find a price like that anywhere else. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, enter my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175. The best deal ever. And by the way, that promo code USA works on anything on the MyPillow website, MyPillow.com. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of Have Gun Will Travel, as it was originally broadcast July 17th, 1960.
Yes, what?
Mr. Paladin, look what just came for you.
Well, look out. Be careful there. You'll break your backs. Put it down. Easy now.
This also heavy box just arrived from a freight office.
Yes, I wonder what it could be in it, Mr. Paladin.
Well, I'd say there's only one way to find out. Open it.
Open it.
Oh, I'll need a hammer.
I bring you one.
Oh, thank you, hey boy. Now, let's...
Oh, must be most important to be in such strong box.
It's from Jim Ellis, Preston, Arizona. There.
Hey, much paper, no?
Much paper, yes. What in the world?
Oh, Mr. Paladin.
Oh.
Look at fancy saddle.
Oh, my. Such fine leather. So much silver.
Oh, I'll be... Wait a minute, there's an inscription. In appreciation to Paladin from the Preston Valley Stockmen's Association, Marsh Jordan and Jack Sanders, co-presidents. Huh. I wondered how they'd settle that.
Next time you refresh, enjoy a frosty, ice-cold Pepsi-Cola.
Sociability, Charlie.
All right, Kay, how's this? Pepsi is light, refreshes without filling. You like to refresh? Have a Pepsi right now.
Well, offer it to everybody, Charlie.
I will. Enjoy Pepsi at the fountain. It's delicious at home, too. Have one at lunch or with a snack.
Charlie.
At the beach or at dinner. Wherever you go, wherever you're thirsty, Pepsi is there.
It's here, too, in our Be Sociable song.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
For the weekend, have plenty of Pepsi around. Pick up an extra carton today. CK, I'm sociable.
With Pepsi, everyone is.
Have Gun Will Travel. Created by Herb Meadow and Sam Rolfe, is produced and directed in Hollywood by Frank Paris and stars John Dehner as Paladin, with Ben Wright as Hayboy and Virginia Gregg as Miss Wong. Tonight's story was specially written for Have Gun Will Travel by Rod Peterson. Featured in the cast were Joseph Kearns, Lawrence Dobkin, and William Redfield. This is Hugh Douglas inviting you to join us again next week when CBS Radio presents Have Gun, Will Travel.
Thought you might enjoy that classic Pepsi commercial. July 17th, 1960, Have Gun Will Travel on Classic Radio Theater. Coming up in just 3 minutes, more of a yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Star of Capetown Matter.
Welcome to Tax Talk with Hollywood legend Bob Eubanks.
You know, as part of Hollywood for a long time, I've seen my fair share of celebrities get in trouble with the IRS. Well, there's one name I trust, the Tax Defense Group. They're the most trusted name in tax. So if you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS, you really need to call my friends at the Tax Defense Group. Ignoring the IRS is not the solution. They can garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts, seize your home or business. But the Tax Defense Group could put a stop to all of that and tailor a program that would reduce your tax debt to pennies on the dollar. You gotta love that. So don't just take my word for it. Call them. Find out for yourself. They offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. And they're open 24 hours a day because they know that tax debt doesn't sleep either.
Call now for your free and confidential tax analysis from the most trusted name in tax. Call 800-832-1594. 800-832-1594.
Hi, this is Kyle Horvath with the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. If you want to get away from the big cities and get back to nature this summer, give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net. There's so much to do and see I can't mention it in 30 seconds, but check out our website and you'll see what Nevada is really all about. elinevada.net or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net.
If you enjoy our Classic Radio Theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus Classic Radio Theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy.
Tired of overpaying for the little blue pill? What if you could get the exact same results for just a fraction of the price, guaranteed? Well, now you can with sildenafil, the active ingredient in the blue pill. With 20 milligram generic sildenafil tablets, you get the exact same results for less than $2 per pill. And again, the results are guaranteed. That's right, absolutely guaranteed results for a fraction of the cost of the little blue pill. So give your wallet a break and call us toll-free at 800-365-6017 to get your generic sildenafil delivered discreetly to your door. And of course, while saving hundreds of dollars, you'll also be saving time by saying goodbye to those long, embarrassing pharmacy lines once and for all. Again, just call 800-365-6017 and get your generic sildenafil with a 100% money-back guarantee. Getting your pills doesn't get any easier or cheaper than this, so call 800-365-6017 now.
Thanks for tuning into Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now part 2 of a 5-part yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Star of Capetown Matter. This was originally broadcast July 17th, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is Lieutenant Van Tile of the Cape Town Police, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, yeah, Lieutenant. I've been trying to get you. Anything new on the Forbes murder?
I'm afraid not.
How about the diamond?
It's still missing.
Oh, so far we're batting 0. Any suspects?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Who is it?
Not it, Mr. Dollar. They.
What do you mean, Lieutenant?
How many guests would you say were at Andrew Forbes' party last evening?
60.
Then we have 60 suspects.
Oh, great.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Cape Town, South Africa, to the Home Office, Tri-Eastern Indemnity Associates. Assignment, the Star of Capetown Matter. Expense account continued. Item 7, cab fare from my hotel to police headquarters. So far in this job, I'd been a big, brilliant nothing. I figured Lieutenant Van Tile of the Cape Town Police might be able to supply a few answers. But as it turned out, all he had on his mind was questions.
Now, Mr. Dollar, suppose you sit down and explain your connection with this affair.
Sure, Lieutenant. I can make it short, if not sweet. Andrew Forbes was an international playboy.
I am well aware of that. Cape Town has entertained Mr. Forbes before, or vice versa.
Well, then you probably also know that he recently inherited a very large diamond known as the Star of Capetown.
Yes?
The company I represent was carrying the insurance on that stone, $150,000. They didn't like the way Forbes was flashing it around. They thought he was a bit too careless with it. I was trying to talk him into using a little common sense.
And that is why you came here to Cape Town?
Yeah, but it looks like I've struck out. Forbes is dead and the diamond's gone.
You were at the party from some time before Forbes' murder until afterwards, hmm?
That's right.
You stayed in the main room the entire time?
Well, yeah. Oh, now look, Lieutenant, I'd hardly fly all the way here to bump off a guy.
Just questions, Mr. Dollar, just questions.
Yeah, but what I need right now is answers.
As do I. These other guests at Forbes' party, did you know any of them?
No. Well, I met a girlfriend of his named Sheila, and a couple other people were pointed out to me.
Who were they?
Oh, Forbes' older sister, Agatha, for one. A real aristocratic type. You can cross her off your list.
Oh?
Yeah, she disapproved of Forbes, all right, but not to the extent of sticking a knife in him, I'm pretty sure. It would have been beneath her dignity, if nothing else. Besides, she didn't leave the main room during the party either. Then there was Helen.
Helen who?
Well, I never did find out her last name. She arrived at the party late, and Forbes seemed to zero in on her right away.
Zero in?
I mean, he spent the rest of the evening with her. They danced for a while, then they went out on the terrace, and... Come to think of it, I never did see her come back inside. And I didn't see Forbes again either until I went to his room and found him dead.
I see. We shall try to find this Helen. Can you describe her?
Well, I didn't get nearly as close a look as I'd have liked to.
Oh?
Yeah, from what I could see, a real doll, Lieutenant. Dark hair, turned-up nose, fine complexion.
Mr. Dollar, we need an objective description, not an appreciation.
Well, at the time, I was more interested in her as a prospect than a suspect.
I see. And you say you knew none of the other guests?
That's right.
We've been unable to find any sort of guest list.
Oh, don't waste your time looking. There isn't any.
No?
Yeah, Forbes explained that he had a charming habit of inviting whoever he ran into. He said that half of the fun was in seeing who turned up.
Well, that rather complicates matters, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Mr. Dollar, diamond thefts are not unknown to us here in Cape Town.
No, I imagine not.
Here are some photos of known jewel thieves.
Mugshots, huh?
Please see if you recognize any of these people as having been at the party.
Well, it'd be a little hard to remember. You know, people were drifting in and out all evening, and there was... Wait a minute. Who's this guy?
That is Julio Biak, a jewel thief. Do you recognize him?
Starkey guy. Sort of looks familiar, but I can't seem to place him.
Could he have been at the party?
Oh, it's possible, but I can't be sure.
Perhaps it will come to you later.
I hope something comes to me sooner or later. That diamond, for instance. But at this point, I had to admit it didn't look very likely. One murder, 60 suspects. You get better odds than that on a roulette wheel. I left headquarters and decided to walk around a little, see if I could coax up some kind of ideas to my next step. I went down to the waterfront and looked around. Nice view, no ideas. Then, as I was walking along a narrow, deserted street, I realized I had company. The shadow from the top of the building next to me ran along the middle of the street, and I could see a silhouette. I stopped. So did the shadow on top of the building. I started up again. So did the shadow. I started edging out away from the sidewalk for a look. The shadow raised its arms suddenly, and I ducked. A large building tile crashed to the sidewalk right where I'd been a second ago. I jumped for a rickety fire escape over my head and scrambled up to the roof. Nobody in sight, and roofs stretching out in all directions, warehouses, loading sheds. Whoever it was could have been a block away by now. Pretty ironic. Somebody trying to take me out of the ball game when I didn't even know which team had the ball. went back to my hotel room. 2 steps inside, I stopped cold. I'd caught a whiff of what smelled like a pretty expensive perfume. It certainly wasn't my shaving lotion.
Hello, Johnny.
Wow. Sheila. Yeah. Yeah, I remember now. You were wearing that perfume at the party last night.
I've been waiting for you. Let's talk.
Uh-huh. Any particular subject?
Last night? What happened, Johnny?
Give me that. You were there, too. You remember.
I left before it happened, I think.
What do you mean, you think?
Guess I had a few too many last night. I don't remember some of it.
No? You were making pretty good sense when I was talking to you.
Well, after that, I mean.
And you were with it enough to react when Forbes and Helen went out on the terrace together.
Don't, Johnny. Did you do it?
Oh, well, now that's a switch.
I'm not kidding, Johnny. You went to his room.
There's only one way you'd know that, Sheila. You were outside somewhere watching.
Yes. After I left, I went around and back.
And?
Pretty soon, Helen came out of his room. She was carrying something.
Oh, what?
Don't worry, it wasn't the diamond. I was close enough to see it. Even if I hadn't been, I guess I'd have known.
What do you mean?
It was a small bottle of perfume. That was always the first step. Perfume. And always the same kind.
Oh. That kind you're wearing.
Yes. It's got a great name. Forever.
What happened then?
I walked around the garden a few minutes, trying to decide whether to have it out with Andy once and for all. I started back toward the terrace, then I saw you heading for his room, so I left. I said, don't, Johnny. If I'd done it, would I have told you I was out in the garden?
You would if you were afraid somebody'd seen you there and would tell me about it.
Oh? And I suppose you figured out a motive for me, too.
Couple of possibilities. You told me you'd been on a merry-go-round with Forbes for a long time. Maybe you couldn't stand the thought of anyone else getting aboard.
Helen? That sort of thing's happened before, Johnny.
Or maybe you figured the only way to get off that merry-go-round was to get rid of the guy who ran it.
And the diamond.
That could buy you a lot of rides somewhere else.
And I thought I was the cynic. You really have a nice opinion of people, haven't you?
I'm afraid most of the people I get myself involved with on these jobs aren't very nice, Sheila.
I didn't do it.
All right, if you didn't, I'm sure Lieutenant Van Tile will find out.
I know. I'm on my way there now.
Oh?
He phoned me an hour ago. I thought I'd stop by and talk to you before I went. Johnny, you don't really think I could do a thing like that, do you?
I guess not, Sheila. One thing I am interested in, though.
What's that?
You're finally off the merry-go-round. How does it feel?
It isn't real. That merry-go-round was all I ever knew.
She walked out of the room looking, well, empty is the best word I can think of. And I kept wondering what she'd been like before the merry-go-round. The rest of the day I spent composing soothing cablegrams in reply to angry ones from McNabb of Tri-Eastern Indemnity. The inquest was the following morning, but the verdict was no help. Death at the hands of person or persons unknown. Lieutenant Van Tile told me that Forbes' sister Agatha had decided to shove off that afternoon on the Southern Empress. So I went down to the dock and aboard ship an hour before sailing, hoping I could get in a word with her. Farewell parties were clogging the lounges and the passageways. I waited outside Agatha Forbes' stateroom until she arrived. Miss Forbes?
What? Oh, Mr. Dollar, isn't it?
Yes, I didn't have a chance to meet you at your brother's party
He
last night.
told me about you. It's too bad you weren't able to persuade him to put that diamond into safety sooner.
Miss Forbes, I wonder if you'd answer a few questions
I'm
about...
very sorry, Mr. Dollar. I am completely exhausted. I don't wish to talk about it.
But there are certain...
I made my statement to the police. There's nothing further to add.
About the diamond,
There's
however.
been too much publicity about the entire tragedy as it is. I have no wish to add to it. I'm very sorry, Mr. Dollar. I shall be in New York in a month or so. Perhaps I shall have recovered from the experience sufficiently by then to talk about it intelligently.
Only trouble is, by then the diamond could be in Timbuktu or something. See you later, Miss Forbes. What snapped me into action was a glimpse of a girl at the end of the passageway just entering the lounge. I couldn't be sure, but it looked like Helen. By the time I reached the lounge, she was nowhere in sight. Then I saw another familiar face over in one corner. The mugshot I'd seen at police headquarters, Julio Biak, jewel thief. And now I had him pegged. He'd been the stocky bartender at Forbes' party, the guy who disappeared just before the murder. He spotted me and ducked into a passageway. I went after him. He turned a corner, and that was his mistake, blind alley. So I closed in on him. We circled. Now, I was at the blind end, and that was my mistake because suddenly there was a knife in his hand. He held it low like an expert.
Now, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, you must have a trunk full of knives, Julio.
All I need is one.
Just like the one you slipped into Forbes, huh?
And you!
He lunged at me. I ducked to one side and kicked at the knife. He whirled and dove, but now I had it.
I'm glad you had him sent ashore and locked up, Mr. Dollar. It may be you have found our killer.
But not the diamond, Lieutenant.
It was not on him, eh?
Nowhere. And that can mean just one thing. Either Julio was working with somebody who's sailing on the Southern Empress, or he's after somebody aboard who has the diamond.
In that case, Mr. Dollar...
In that case, the Southern Empress is going to have another passenger, me. I checked with the purser who agreed to squeeze me aboard. Then I headed back to my hotel room to pick up my luggage. I could still smell Sheila's perfume in the room. Then as I bent over to lock my suitcase, I spotted a movement out of the corner of my eye. I tried to whirl, but too late. Something hard connected to the back of my left ear, and I went down. And out. I don't know how long it was before I came to. The room was swimming, but I managed to get to the window and looked out. Then I realized somebody had voted me the man they'd least like to take a cruise with. The Southern Empress was underway and steaming out of the harbor.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, I take a trip, all right. A one-way trip. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Robert Reif. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Well, from July 17th, 1956, yours truly, Johnny Dollar, on Classic Radio Theater, and I hope you will have the opportunity to give us a visit at classicradio.stream. That is our webpage. The nice part about classicradio.stream is you can stream our Classic Radio Theater podcasts on demand, learn more about classic radio collecting, and contact me directly. By the way, our programs such as Have Gun Will Travel that you heard today, you can hear those shows in their entirety if you purchase them through our friend Ted over at radiomemories.com. That's radiomemories.com. He has, I think, almost all of the run of Have Gun Will Travel on CBS Radio. They're good quality and very inexpensive over at radiomemories.com. And, of course, our podcasts are available free of charge anywhere fine podcasts are served. All you have to do is search for USA Classic Radio Theater. Have yourself a great day, won't you please? I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you for listening. Please thank this station, support the advertisers, and as always, tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.